Hello YouTube, it is me Raina and I am back. So I wanted to do a review series of the Legend of Vox Machina. I'm only going to do the first 3 episodes. So I will not spoil anything from this campaign that this is based on, anything from campaign 2 or campaign 3. And if you have no idea what this show is about, it is based on Critical Role, which is a group of voice actors who came together and they play Dungeons and Dragons every Thursday night on Twitch. And this show is based on their first campaign about the Legend of Vox Machina. So what did I think of these first three episodes? I loved it. You can tell they really went all out with the dragon attack. It was relentless. These dragons are very, very relentless, very violent. I like that they spew more than just fire. You got poison, not poison, or no, acid. And I think the other one did have poison, like poisonous gas. Of course, you had fire, you had blue fire. Like it was just mayhem, and they basically ruined that city. So you can really feel like the power of the Coma Conclave, and I love the voice of how the voices of the dragons. They sound very powerful, very evil. You can really feel the menace from them and the danger from them. And I just really love how a good chunk of the episode was just destruction, because it really sets the tone, it sets the stakes and the stage for what our group of people, our heroes, are against. And it's going to be a very long, winding road to try and defeat these dragons, okay, and trust, because they wiped out a whole city. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, seeing the big, showcase for the dragons and the Coma Conclave, who are going to be the main villains for the next, season and a whole, basically. And so I love that we touch on like some character moments here, or some character stories, like with Grog. He has the sword from Silas and is speaking to him and is really having him act in a weird way. We see him fighting with this monk in Vasselheim and trying to test him, say, where do you get your strength from? And, I'm pretty sure that might be a question answered down the line. We still have Keela talking about her Aramante, and and basically the whole scene in episode 2 with the Sphinx basically not dispelling, but exposing, the Vox Machina's like deepest fears and insecurities. I think is a great way to like set out the playing field for not only this season, but future seasons down the line. And people who watch campaign 1 will know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to be specific, but yeah. But, so anyway, I really love that. I think the animation, has, gone up too. Like the dragons look great, and you could tell it's CG mixed with 2D, but I think with something like the dragons and the Sphinx in episode 2, it makes it feel like otherworldly and kind of really intimidating and kind of mythical and kind of, out there. So, it looks, that to the characters, and it looks like that to the viewers, and I think it mixes well with the 2D animation that they have with everything else. And I love seeing Vasselheim. Currently right now I'm watching Critical Role Live, and I've seen some of this campaign, the first one and second one. Vasselheim is a very important place in Exandria, and I love seeing, we didn't see all of it, but we saw a good chunk of it, and I love seeing that, and the shout outs to different gods, just seeing the different sections there was great to see, and see how it looked in animation. And another thing that I'd like to see was the sunken tomb. When I saw this was the 3rd episode, I was like, oh, I know exactly what you are doing. And so I did know what was going to happen at the end of this episode. I knew Vex was going to die. And so, how that all came about, it was just a series of unfortunate events. And it was so sad. And what I love about this show as a whole, not just these first 3 episodes, is that we get to see stuff that we never got to see during the campaign. Like right now, we got to see the dragons, basically talk to each other, talk about their plans and everything, and, them ruining stuff, and then we see flashbacks. We saw flashbacks of Vex and Vax when they were little, and now I see why they hated their father, because I have not seen all of Campaign 1, but from what I've seen, I always got this feeling that they didn't like their father, and now I know why. He is a piece of work, I'll tell you what. And I just love seeing that, like you see them when they were little, and how they are really only had each other for such a long time, and it really got me in my feels. I mean, I'm an only child, but when I see siblings on the screen, you always have someone there to be there for you and to know what you're going through because you're living with them. And they have this special bond that I love. And you can see from the first season, and I'm so happy that we're really getting to their backstory. And the way they used that ripped out my heart at the end of the episode. I, of course, even though I knew how it was going to happen, I knew what was going to happen, I still got choked up because Liam always gets me. Like, no matter what that man does, he always gets me emotional. Like, I watched the live streams of Critical Role, and him in emotional moments, I just can't. And just hearing him sob as Vax just got me, and I was just like, oh my god, no. So yeah. And when it comes to like foreshadowing certain things, Vax singing that particular figure in battle, I will not mention that because that might spoil something. I'll probably mention it when the next 3 episodes come out, so put a pin in that. I'll, explain that later. But overall, I just loved these first 3 episodes. Like, they really did a great job of really hitting at all these characters. Oh yeah, the new characters, Zara and Kasha, who are voiced by Will Friedle, and the other lady, I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. I know she voiced Julia from Cowboy Bebop, if you did not know that. And the fun fact, she is married to Steve Blum, who voiced Spike. Who knew? So, yeah, I figured that out like months ago, but, I just want to give you who she was. I think they're really good additions. They're kind of like these sly, untrustworthy characters. I'm not sure what to make of them yet. So we'll see in the next 3 episodes. But like I said, once again, overall, I just love how they've really hit the ground running. Literally, they had to, and really poked at every single character and kind of set them up greatly for the next couple episodes, and basically not just the entire season, but the entire series as a whole. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Leave your comments down below, and bye YouTube.